It is a landmark announcement. Pennsylvania Governor Tom Wolf says recreational marijuana should be legalized and past pot convictions wiped out.
This is something that I think Pennsylvania is now ready for.
This year, the lieutenant governor hosted listening tours in all of Pennsylvania's 67 counties about this issue. The feedback resulted in this map showing how people feel about legalization. The darker the color, the greater the support. You see only one county, Fulton there, in red is mostly against it, but some local authorities are also sounding the alarms tonight. Eyewitness News reporter Kimberly Davis is live with that part of the story. Kimberly?
Jazz, I spoke with one member of law enforcement who raised the red flags this slippery slope could possibly create. He tells me there's no technology to detect if a driver is operating their vehicle while high, and that could put people in danger.
We are calling for the General Assembly to seriously debate marijuana legalization.
After months of research, Governor Tom Wolf announced the results are in. Pennsylvania residents support legalizing recreational use of marijuana.
I'm not an active user of marijuana, but I have no problem with legalization of recreational use in small quantities.
I think if it's beneficial for some people, why not? Like Pennsylvania should be up to date with all the other states.
Governor Wolf says he's also in support of some sort of legislation which would legalize recreational use. But Pennsylvania law enforcement does have its concerns.
From a law enforcement perspective, I think it's a bad idea. And I think that we already got one substance that we abuse daily, and that's alcohol. Now you're going to abuse marijuana.
Police Superintendent Michael Chitwood tells me legalizing any drug is a bad idea, especially if there's no way to tell if a driver is under the influence of marijuana.
All I'm asking people that want to legalize marijuana, look at the communities that already have done, and then look at the crime rates and what they're dealing with.
But those in support of recreational marijuana believe legislation will do more good for communities than harm.
As we kind of progress into the legalization of cannabis, we will also have more methods on how to regulate it as well. And I think also just coming from the perspective of trying to minimize the black market and trying to get it out of the hands of teenagers and children.
The governor also wants lawmakers to come up with a bill that would decriminalize marijuana. He also wants legislators to create a bill that would expunge the records of those who were convicted of nonviolent or small cannabis crimes. We're live in Center City. I'm Kimberly Davis, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
Kimberly, thank you.